Let's be honest. When people talk about college, they usually paint two completely different pictures. On one side, you've got the movie version. Wild parties, endless freedom, and somehow still graduating with honors. On the other side, you've got the nightmare version. Stress, all-nighters, mountains of assignments, and the constant panic of what am I even doing with my life? But here's the thing. College doesn't have to be either extreme. In fact, enjoying college is actually pretty simple. And no, it's not about luck or being some kind of genius. It's about perspective, a few smart habits, and knowing how to play the game of life during these years. So let's break it down. First, understand this. College is not just about grades. It's about growth. Think of it like a video game. Grades are your score, sure, but the real value lies in leveling up your character. Are you improving your communication? Are you building confidence? Are you testing your independence? The people who enjoy college the most don't see it as a prison or a competition. They see it as a playground for growth. And here's the theory behind it. Humans enjoy life more when they feel progress. Psychologists call it the progress principle. Every time you move forward, even in small steps, you get a hit of motivation and satisfaction. So instead of obsessing over the final exam, notice the progress. Today, you joined a club you were scared of. Yesterday, you asked a question in class. Last week, you figured out how to cook something that isn't instant noodles. That's progress. That's college. That's joy. Now, let's be real. You're not going to enjoy college if you're exhausted 24/7. So here's a practical tip. Find your rhythm. Not everyone is a morning person, and not everyone works best at midnight. Pay attention to your energy. If you're sharp in the morning, do your heavy tasks then. If you're alive at night, save creative work for then. And whatever you do, protect your sleep. Trust me, pulling all-nighters might sound heroic, but in reality, you just end up hallucinating over PowerPoint slides at 4 a.m. Here's a funny but true example. I once saw a guy in the library, 3 in the morning, highlighting his textbook with a yellow highlighter while his eyes were closed. He was literally asleep but still highlighting. That's not productivity. That's madness. Here's something nobody writes on your syllabus. The people you meet will shape your experience more than the classes you take. Make friends with the funny guy who sits in the back. Talk to that girl who always has interesting notes. Join a random event, even if you're not sure you'll like it. Why? Because humans are social creatures. We thrive in communities. And the indirect theory here, social capital. It's a fancy way of saying your network is your net worth. The relationships you build now aren't just for fun. They can open doors in the future. Plus, let's face it, ramen tastes a lot better when you're laughing with friends than when you're eating alone while crying over your thesis. This is where balance comes in. Yes, say yes to opportunities, trips, workshops, clubs, late-night food runs. College is a laboratory for experiences. But also, learn to say no. No to the 5th party this week when you know you have a quiz. No to toxic friendships that drain your energy. Enjoying college is not about doing everything. It's about doing the things that actually matter to you. Here's the secret most graduates realize too late. The joy of college isn't in the big milestones. It's in the small, everyday stuff. That feeling of freedom walking across campus with your headphones blasting your favorite song. The weird inside jokes you and your friends create. The random deep talks at 2 a.m. when life suddenly feels like a movie. The theory behind this is called savoring. When you deliberately pause and notice the small pleasures, your brain registers more happiness. So yeah, sometimes the best way to enjoy college is simply to slow down and notice that this moment is actually pretty special.
So let's wrap this up. Enjoying college is simple, actually. It's not about being the smartest in the room or attending every party or surviving on 2 hours of sleep. It's about shifting your mindset to see growth as the real goal, building routines that protect your energy, surrounding yourself with people who lift you up, saying yes to opportunities, but also knowing when to say no, and savoring the little, everyday moments that you'll look back on and smile. If you can do that, you won't just survive college, you'll enjoy it. And if you want more breakdowns like this, practical advice mixed with real-life stories, hit that subscribe button and stick around, because trust me, we've only just started this journey. Remember, college doesn't have to be complicated. Enjoying it is actually pretty simple.